Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Today our problem is, as you see it here, 25 minus 2x to the power of x squared minus 25 is equal to 1. Now, there are probably quite a few ways of going about this. There are actually quite a few answers to this too. And so I thought what I'd do is I'd set out the paths down which we might travel in order to find a possible solution for the value or values of x. Now, I listed out what we know, or what we should know. 1 to the power of pretty much anything you can think of is going to be 1. A to the power of 0, so a number to the power of 0 other than 0 is going to equal 1. And these might well be clues as to how we progress. The more interesting one is this. Negative 1 to the power of n is 1 if n is an even number. So negative 1 to the power of 3 is negative 1, but negative 1 to the power of 4, 6, 8, 10 will be even. Right. So what does that bode for us? Well, let's start with this power up here, which actually means dealing with number 2. So in order for this expression here to equal 1, it has to be raised to a power of 0. Right, so how do we make this equal 0? Well, this is the difference of two squares. So x squared minus 25 equals 0 can be solved as follows. X plus 5, x minus 5. If we put either of those values, negative 5 from this bracket or positive 5 from this bracket, into this, we will get 0. So, possible values of x, positive and negative 5. So we'll say positive and negative 5 there. Now that solves this bracket for 0. What about this bracket here? 25 minus 2x. Now, what we've looked at is this. What we're looking at now, to start with anyway, is this. 1 to the power of anything up here is equal to 1. So how do we make this equal 1? Well, 25 minus 2x equals 1 gives us 2x equals 1 minus, what am I saying? Yeah, 1 minus 25. Negative 2x, I beg your pardon. So negative 2x equals 1 minus 25. So that means that 2x is equal to 25 minus 1. X could equal 12. And that would give us a value of 1 in this bracket. It wouldn't matter what the power wound up here, because, let me just put that into focus and just talk to you about that again. 25 minus 2x equals 1, negative 2x equals 1 minus 25, 2x equals 25 minus 1, x equals 12. So we'll just add that to the pile of numbers here that this could possibly be. And what we've wound up with is we've wound up with 1 in this bracket, and it doesn't matter that this would be 12 squared, and you're subtracting 25. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what power we raise this to. If we've got 1 in this bracket, we've got ourselves a possible solution. Now, more interestingly, this. Negative 1 raised to the power of n is equal to 1 if n is even. So, if we were to make this number, say, 13, so 25 minus 2 times 13 is equal to negative 1. Okay. So, if this is equal to negative 1, what does that do for this power here? Well, that is 169, so 13. So that is 169 minus 25, which is equal to 144. Now that's an even power. And negative 1 raised to an even power is 1. So 13 is a possible answer. Are there others? Good question. Good question. What do we need? Well, we need this bracket here. Let me just bring that into frame again. We need this bracket here to equal 1. So that means that this has to equal 12. We can allow it to equal negative 1, which means that this has to equal 13, and consequently this bracket is equal to 144. So that's an even power, and so this is negative 1 raised to an even power, which is 1. We've sorted out this one, and we've sorted out this one. I think, I don't want to apply too much thought to this, but I think these are our answers. In the case of these, they make this bracket equal 0. In the case of this, it makes this equal 1, which means that this doesn't matter as to what power it is. And this makes this equal negative 1 and this bracket positive. And so we can get 1 from it. Those, I think, are our answers, and that is why. If you can think of another answer, I'd be delighted to hear. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful, or at least interesting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.